Go.
What setting would you expect to see in a thriller film?
Setting? Probably something thrilling. By thrilling, of course, which I mean something particularly dark and mystique about it. Probably, first thing that comes to mind, Sherlock Holmes, Hound of the Baskervilles, a foggy moor, or a darkened wood, or anywhere quiet and isolated, dark and damp.
Oh, great.
Like a house in the woods.
Another question. How can I say that?
Yeah, no, because you probably have another question. Go for it.
What music and sound would you expect to hear in a thriller film?
Nothing that would be considered music. More probably something that would be titled a piece. So something particularly or specifically designed for that. Nothing jovial, nothing major, nothing happy. Everything down, low-key, quiet, and in the background. Not forefront, but it's behind every other sound that you are hearing at the time. Just builds up the tension. Like a brick.
What costume would you expect to see in a thriller film as well?
Well, of course, it all depends on the setting. But what, of course, thrillers, antique. Often antique things are pretty thrilling. So probably some style of like vintage-ish kind of clothing. Nothing like, chav. Nothing chav. But something, vintagey. Bow tie. Cool.
That was a quote from Matt Smith. Bow tie.
Representate.
Jeez.
Last question?
I've got two more questions.
Go for it. Hit me.
What typical ending would you expect to see in a thriller film?
Something where the actual ending isn't an ending itself. So perhaps it cuts to black and you don't actually know what the ending is.
So like a cliffhanger?
Yes, it's basically just left up to personal interpretation. It doesn't actually hand it to you. It just goes, there's something. Interpret that.
And finally, do you have any other input you would like to give?
Input? No. No. Not particularly. Not verbally, anyway.
Great, thank you. What setting would you expect to see in a thriller film?
Setting, I'd expect to see maybe abandoned buildings, sort of wooded area, cities sometimes where there's like a sort of group of people around, sort of divert the camera to like other people, so it's a bit more mysterious. The camera doesn't necessarily sort of focus on one person, make it a little bit more mysterious and stuff, spontaneous. You've also got places like maybe, I don't know, like schools as well. Some thrillers take place in schools.
Thank you. What music and sound would you expect to see in a thriller film as well?
Probably like sound effects, sort of like loud notes or notes that gradually build up in like crescendo form. So like sort of notes sort of gradually build up in a complex way, sort of to make the scene a bit more tense, a bit more suspicious, or create suspense and tension for the viewers. Yeah.
What costume would you expect to see in a thriller film as well?
Okay, so a costume for the protagonist could maybe wear sort of light clothes to portray the hero, so the viewers can pinpoint who's hero and who's the villain. The villain, however, would wear dark attire to make them look menacing or sort of fierce in a way. They could have like sort of hoods to hide their identity, like masks. If you were to do like, I don't know, sort of a ghost sort of thing, they'd have like the editing so they'd almost look translucent and stuff. Or if you had characters that were sort of singing sort of nursery rhymes.
What typical ending would you expect to see in a thriller film as well?
Okay, usually I quite like cliffhangers, but if you wanted to do something really out of the box, you could make the sort of protagonist or the hero die at the end to sort of shock the audience if you have a character that they particularly like, and they sort of kill them off at the end. It's sort of a little bit sort of spontaneous in the way that they just get killed off, or sort of the opposite of that, the antagonist could also get killed off. So it'd be like a typical happy ending of a film, or maybe the viewer doesn't know what exactly happens. They just have to leave it to their own imagination and their own perspective of it.
Thank you. And finally, do you have any other inputs you'd like to give?
Avatar 2, baby.